to the JPT sub, everyone, and welcome to the November layout update. Really don't have a lot for you guys this month. I spent a week in Indianapolis this month and had a lot of other things going on, so I haven't spent a lot of time working on the layout. Some, yes, so have made some progress. The biggest change is here. You may have already seen the video where I moved the turnout down. Still working on the video here where I'm doing this little bit of scenery repair right now. But that's really the biggest change in the whole layout for right now. Looking at it from the other end, it's just pretty much the same thing. You can see kind of left this little bit of ballast sticking out here. I may change that. I don't know. I'm not really sure that's even going to be the final scenery, but it's just something to make it look better while I'm working on it. And as you can see, the road looks pretty empty all the way to here, and then it's all backed up. You can kind of laugh at all the cars packed in here where I moved them down. I didn't realize I had quite that many on that section of the layout right there. But I can tell you that's a very nice representation of Atlanta traffic that I've spent some time sitting in the last few days here and there. Or all the time basically, but it's been particularly bad this week. So anyway, that's nothing to do with the layout, but that's really the big updates. I know it seems kind of short, but not much to it. And then a quick look at the Oxford Annex. It looks like a mess right now because there's a lot of pieces and parts sitting on here that need to be painted and worked on. But I do have with the 3D printer, printed some wagons to go with my Freightliner Class 59. Experimented with printing some containers and some container flats. That'll be another subject for another day, but they still would need to be painted and decaled and stuff. But anyway, you get the idea. So station platforms are in works. Obviously, they need paint. I just haven't done much with it this month, but definitely more to come. One other thing that was early November was I replaced this piece of track here. It was a bumper track, pulled it out, put this in, made it looks a lot better. Even a lot of comments that folks liked it a lot better this way. You can see I parked an engine there for a photo back when I did it, and it's still sitting there. Just haven't done a lot of train running during November. It's been a bit of a slow month. So one more thing to look at here, and then we'll go from there. I guess another thing I did finish really in November that I didn't really think much about was crossing signals. So I'd put these in October, put this one and one way back over here in early November. Haven't done anything with this little stretch of road here yet, other than it's mounted. I just need to work on the striping and work on the road going that way, which I'm not really sure I'm ready to start on yet. So it'll just probably stay like that for a bit. And other thing I did add is I did change the tree for the Harry Potter car. It was in this tree here, and it just didn't look right. So I found the armature from a friend of mine. Gave me some, and that he wasn't using anymore on his layout. So actually, it made the perfect kind of little scene for that car, just for something fun, silly to have on the layout. I love that kind of stuff. So I know I've talked about out in this area down as we go down the layout there, this road, redoing that road. There's a lot of plans for track reconfig over there. Over kind of this side, we have, without really going into too much detail, we've got a truck and carload facility here for the the chemical distributing plant. I think it's time to start looking into adding more lighting to that whole scene. So, and there's some storage tanks here that possibly I'm going to redo. So we'll see what happens with that. That'll be probably some 2026 content, and it's hard to believe we're talking about 2026 already. So, but that's it. So next up, we'll take a look at some new arrivals and see if we can find any other trains running. So, thank you guys. All right, new arrivals time for November, and I don't expect November to be a big month for new arrivals, but we're kicking off November with these 4 envelopes here. 3 of them are the same and 1 other item. So if we look inside here, we'll pull this out. We've got a more Eve model crossing signals, because we've seen these already going on the layout, a pair of them. So we're going to be putting out some more. So 1 pair know exactly where they're going to go, and I went ahead and got 1 extra because it put it over the. It was cheaper to just go ahead and get it than it was to wait and pay the shipping and wait later, because by adding the 1 more, I got free shipping. So that cut down a little bit on this one. Then this one, I haven't opened this one up yet, so we're going to take a look at it. So it's more lights from Eve model, and this time what we have are traffic lights. So we're going to see how those. I probably need more of these, but started with a pair to experiment with them and see how they do, and they look pretty good just right out of the box here. A little bit of maybe a little bit of neatness can be. I clean up the wiring a little bit here, but initial thought, I like what I see. So that's what's kicking off the new arrivals for November here. Another new arrival for November here was a couple of packs of these Rock Island Hobbies cars with lights. A lot of you guys will probably recognize these cars. You can buy them on Amazon all day long in like 50 and 100 packs for just the cars. Somebody got the bright idea, I guess, at Rock Island Hobby to take these cars and add headlights and taillights to them and wire them up and sell them that way. And yeah, you probably could do it yourself cheaper, but it's also something I'm not really ready for the skill of. So I opened up 1 pack here, so you guys can see the lighting. If I turn off a little bit of the light here in the room, not just all of it, just this little bit right here. There you go. You can get a better look at the headlights and the taillights. Taillights are red. They look a lot more red in person than they do on the video. But yeah, they work really well. I'm running them off a Woodland Scenics light hub at the moment. However, on the back it does say for best results 15 to 19 volt power supply. So technically I'm using that Taco power pack, so that works. These cars are pretty basic cars. You can see here's the wire, comes out of the bottom. Headlights. On the black car, everything looks really good. I mean, it's hard to, I don't know, you can't even, it's hard to tell the lights are there, but they're there. Yeah, I mean, the price was pretty reasonable on them. You can, there's another brand of these that you can buy on Amazon, and I'll drop a link down in there for one of my Amazon associate links for you guys, so if anybody's interested in this car or something similar to it. But yeah, these should look good on the layout once I get them installed and wired up. So looking forward to working on these in the next coming months. An unexpected arrival for November was this pair of Osborne kits here, the 45-foot lobster boat and the de Havilland Beaver float plane. So these were a couple of really cool little Osborne kits. These are Osborne kits or wood kits, in case you haven't seen them. Really cool. I know they're pretty craftsman. I haven't really done one before, so I'm actually looking forward to doing them. These came from a friend from trainboard.com. A great place, by the way. I've not really mentioned it much, and I should have, but it's a great place for, especially if you're an N-scaler. Really great message board there, so check it out. Not affiliated, just plug for a great spot. But anyway, friend there that he's also a subscriber to the channel, fan of the channel, so that's a big thing there. And he had asked for some help with figuring out some things with Unitrack, and I was more than glad to help him. I mean, we're the model railroad community. That's what we do, is help each other, and it's part of these videos, right? And as a thank you, and support the JPT sub and the channel and my post on Trainboard, he sent me these 2 kits as a thank you, and I'm pretty sure he wants to see me build these. So maybe in December or January, which is right around the corner here at this point, we'll see a video on building these Osborne kits. And thank you, buddy. It's much appreciated out there. So thanks so much. About mid-September, I made a trip to, we'll say, not so local hobby shop, because it's 60 miles across town, and that equates to an hour and a half of driving in Atlanta. And oddly, I looked at the website, and the things that I was actually set out to get showed in stock. But they were sold by the time I got there, or the website was wrong, or in the case of one item, it did have a note on the web page that I missed that said, in stock at off-site warehouse. That's something a lot of hobby shops are doing, the websites are doing here in the U.S. these days, that I'm not a fan of. But anyway, while I was there, I decided to have a look around, and found a couple of the Cato 24818 Unitrack terminal joiners. So they're just the pre-wired joiners for the track joiners. And these packs come with the little clips here, and I already had a couple of those. I don't know. I'm going to have a collection of them. Maybe I'll give them away when we hit 1,000 subscribers. I'll pick a few people and send them a clip. Also, I got some Cato ballast. It's the first package of Cato ballast that I've seen in stock anywhere in a while. This is an old package, apparently. The header card is basically the same, but a little bit smaller. I could tell it had been repriced because it's got a tear in the cardboard here, and it had a bigger price sticker over the top of this goo, which I hate when people put price stickers on the cardboard. Just a little bit of a vent there. I mean, they had the plastic, put it on the plastic. I have one more unopened package of this ballast that I had picked up somewhere else, and I need this for the Oxford Annex. But this is the newer version of the package right here. It's in the Ziploc bag, and kind of a stand-up pouch, which I like. Now, looking at it, you would think this looks bigger. It's really not. I weighed them, and they're both 7.3 ounces. So, yeah, it's the same Cato, same stuff. That's not a big deal. When I finish one of these, I can just pour that into the Ziploc bag if that's how I want to keep it. So, but definitely was glad to find that, at least, so that made it worth it. And that's part of the new arrivals this month, is I picked up a few packs of these while I was out and about. I've been buying these for a while, on and off, and they've been $1.99. each. When I was getting some at the last store today, I noticed that the new package, this is the one I cut earlier, by the way, they've gone up $1. I mean, it's still for if you need some LEDs in a hurry, you don't have time to order them from Amazon or Temu or whatever and wait for a bundle to show up. That's a good deal. It's easy to get, and you saw how easy they are to use anyway. But so yeah, that's that, and I think we have one more new arrival that we're going to look at for this month, and that'll wrap up our new arrivals. This new arrival is a bit bittersweet, really. It's a Microtrains Railgun. It's the you can see that there, car number and everything. It's a built around the 1980-ish, so the era 80s to the 2000s. It says 80 to 2000s, but that's in this paint scheme. This car with relatively heavily weathered and some different reporting marks and, shall we say, additional decoration is still roaming the rails. But I say this is bittersweet because Microtrains is no more. I bought this car the day before the announcement that Atlas purchased Microtrains. So this is probably the last new body style from Microtrains as Microtrains. It may not be the last new paint scheme because they're still in operation, I think, through the end of the year, but no more new body styles coming. But this was the last car that I actually bought while it was still Microtrains and not Microtrains by Atlas. So yeah, it's like I said, it's a fantastic car. I love gondolas. I know somebody's laughing about that, getting a kick out of that anyway. Maybe not laughing, but this is a great car. They did a great job on this car. You can, as usual, good reporting marks, printing, their typical printing process. Came with a nice load in it here, scrap load. It's easy to pull out, so it doesn't have to always be loaded. Typical Microtrains under frame detail. It's got body mounted couplers on it, so it's a really nice car. It runs really well. I have had it out on the layout. It's not the first time it's been out of the package here. But yeah, this is so this will kind of be a bit of a special car in the collection. In the box, it also comes with some cut levers and air hoses that you can add to the car. I typically don't do that because that's a lot of additional detail that can get broken off. Probably if I turn this the right way, it'll fit back down in there right. But yeah, this great new arrival, and they did 2 road numbers. If I do come across the other road number, I'll probably pick it up as well. A last minute new arrival for November was this 4 envelopes. These contain the crossing signal lights like you've seen me put in recently. Have several spots on the layout where these are going to go. Okay, the reason these were kind of a last minute new arrival for November is I'd actually not planned on buying them until January. But since I went ahead and did that other little project of moving the set of points down that we've been watching, or we saw the beginning of here in November, I needed one more. I already had one on hand, and I needed one more to do that crossing and kind of finish that little spot up. So figured since I was ordering them, go ahead and get the other 3 that I could use for. Got one crossing in the back there and another one in that same area that need them. I'm sure there'll be a few more of these coming in the future, but not many. I'm getting close to having all the crossings. Just a couple more to go. We'll have them all done. Well, that wraps up November, everybody. I'd like to thank you all for watching, tuning in. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. For those of you that was a holiday for you. We'll look forward to seeing you again in December, and hope you guys all start to enjoy the Christmas season and have the Christmas spirit. And we'll see you next week here on the JPT Sub. Take care. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking the video and subscribing, and look forward to seeing any comments anybody has. Take care and see you next time. Cheers.